Hi everyone, David DeHaas from Living Waters Wellness Center and your host of today's Whole Body Detox Show. Today we decided to dip into the archives and gives you a sense of what happens when people come through our 10-day healing retreat we provide. If you want to learn more about what's provided on a 10-day healing retreat, simply go to the website livingwaterscleanse.com, livingwaterscleanse.com. At the very top there, you'll see a button that says 4 Natural Laws of Healing. Click on that and watch that webinar. Meanwhile, it's not delayed. We got a lot of great stuff to share with you. Enjoy today's show. Hi everyone, David DeHaas from Living Waters Wellness Center and your host of today's Whole Body Detox Show. Today we decided to dip into the archives and gives you a sense of what happens when people come through our 10-day healing retreat we provide. If you want to learn more about what's provided on a 10-day healing retreat, simply go to the website livingwaterscleanse.com, livingwaterscleanse.com. At the very top there, you'll see a button that says 4 Natural Laws of Healing. Click on that and watch that webinar. Meanwhile, it's not delayed. We got a lot of great stuff to share with you. Enjoy today's show.
Hi, I'm Heather. I came into Living Waters because I wanted to cleanse my body. I was having a lot of gastrointestinal problems in my gut. I was throwing up, I was nauseous, I was having a lot of TMI, diarrhea, constipation, sometimes at the same time. I was having headaches, I just didn't feel good, and I was also having a lot of emotional problems that were registering in physical problems as well. But I just finished my 10 days and I feel 100 times better. I started allergies in April, like middle of April, and it is now July, middle of July. That was definitely one thing that pushed me to come to do the 10-day cleanse because I really wanted to get rid of my allergies. They're almost gone. Still have a little bit of cough, but is not the, nose having to have a tissue every 5 seconds kind of allergies I was dealing with before. And the headaches, I was not drinking enough water and I was eating food that was bad for my body, so that was contributing to more headaches, the sugar, the grease, the fat. So eating more of a healthy, well-rounded diet, cleansing my body of all the bad stuff that was in there before definitely helped with the headaches. And drinking good alkaline water, that's good for you, that definitely helped. I also have a rash on my neck that is kind of from yeast and stuff and everything that I've been eating for many, many years, about 15 years. And I remember waking up on day 4 and I was just like, brushing my hair, putting lotion on, and I felt my neck, and it usually feels really, really rough. And it felt soft. And I was like, what the heck? And I take a look at it, and it was, it started fading. It was noticeably lighter because it's been this discoloration I've had for 15 years, and I was just like so excited. I called my mom that morning. I'm like, oh Mom, guess what's happening? So that was really exciting. So it's continuing to fade, and I'm excited to see that eventually disappear. Also the depression and anxiety, I know that the food I was eating and the lifestyle I was living contributed a lot to that. Here at Living Waters, you do a lot of self-work, and so you're constantly boosting your self-confidence and working on issues that you didn't even know that you had, and also forgiving yourself and forgiving others and letting go of things. And it is just so amazing to be able to let go of that stuff and move on and be happier. I'm a Christian, and every day we were asked to do like prayers or intentions of what we wanted that day, and I felt every day my prayers were just constantly asking God, just get me through this, help me feel better, I can do this. But now, like the last couple days, I've just changed my attitude so much, and all I can thank God is how grateful I am for this program, how grateful that I did it, how grateful I am for David and Wendy and all their support. And it's amazing how your whole thought process changes when you feel good and you work on yourself and you work on the issues that you have in your life, and it's amazing.
What else did you enjoy about the tools you used?
Food. Oh, love the food. They feed you really good here. The tools that you use, definitely the tapping. It kind of sounds silly, but it works, I promise. Also the affirmations and having stuff written down. I put my little 3x5 card in my bathroom, so I see it every day so that I start my morning off giving myself affirmations at least, like 5 to 10 times in the morning. And kind of just remind myself that throughout the day. There's also tons of self-help DVDs that we watch and CDs that we're listening to while we're on the colonic bed, and they're just constantly reminding you of things that you can keep doing to do more stuff for yourself. Like, this process is like all about you, but at the same time it's also about, you know, how you are in life, how you react to others, how you can get through this life, being with others and being happy and being able to let go of the things that cause you stress, cause you anxiety, and cause you to feel insecure.
Hey everyone, David DeHaas here, Living Waters, and today I have a brand new graduate of our healing retreat. Maureen was with us.
Hello, everybody.
So Maureen, do you remember back 10 days ago?
Absolutely.
And you came in and I asked you what your miracle, what you wish for. So you want to tell some of the symptoms that you had when you came in?
So I've spent my whole life with dry skin, digestive problems, asthma, regular bouts with candida in my stomach, and fluctuating between diarrhea and constipation since I was 14 and I'm 56. Yep.
And there's two others.
Oh gosh, I feel so good now. I don't remember what they were.
Well, the acid reflux.
Oh yeah, acid reflux since I was about 23.
And you described me as you say, the stuff is coming right up in your throat. You felt like there's something.
Yeah, I felt like there was always something coming up in my throat. It was always in the back of my throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your miracle that you really wanted was to. Man, can't remember.
No, I can't, sir.
Run.
Oh, I wanted to run. So I was a long distance runner in college. I coached and ran for the Army, and I developed a significant amount of arthritis in my left hip after I tore a hamstring doing martial arts, and I finally had to give up running because it just wouldn't heal.
Yeah.
Wouldn't heal. Yeah.
So what's been your wins this week?
Let's see. Calm, abundantly happy, like bouncing around, happy. No stomach indigestion, no acid reflux. Haven't tried running yet because I was waiting till I put some food back in because I'm a little low on food right now.
So what was it about here on the cleanse that gave you that power to all of a sudden just poof, put that, like you said, what?
I think it was the concentration of every day you went through multiple stations. So your brain was fed with all the educational videos. Your brain was fed. And as you laid on the ionic bed, your body was able to relax, deeply relax. And the heat would warm you up and you would just relax. And the arthritis didn't hurt and the hip didn't hurt, nothing like that. You were able to relax at a profound level while it was clearing out toxins. And then you do the bowls and the energy. I'm a musician. The energy of the bowls by the end of it started to just wrap around me as they were playing. I could just feel the energy wrap around me. And that helped me clear my mind, just sit and feel the music. And then you get the work on the Omnimed. I mean, that is so quick. You feel it shift your energy as Wendy starts working with you and helping you understand the different energy levels that the parasites live in. And I'm going to put this frequency into your body because if we raise it, they can't live at that frequency.
Right.
So the work she did in helping me understand the different energy levels parasites live in your body was really helpful because I had never thought of any of that before.
Right.
Never thought of it. So it was the combination of that and then the colonics bed when you have this gorgeous music playing, or Marianne Williams is giving you a private lecture, or Louise L. Hayes is giving you a private lecture, and you can just lay there. And as your body is releasing all these things, it's releasing negative things while you're taking in all this positive stuff. So it's completely balanced while you're doing it. So I think it's the balance of everything.
Yeah.
And the food is phenomenal.
Excellent. So I'm going to put up some pictures of the before and after.
Okay.
Because you're going to see, I mean, she's really looking good now. I mean, it's pretty amazing, the difference in the change. Not only with your hair, but everything. Just you're glowing now.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. And if you want to glow, if you want to get your glow on, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, give us a call, Living Waters. If you like what we've been sharing with you, give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And but if you get questions, definitely watch the movie, healingtheincurables.com. That's where everyone starts. So if you want to really get your hands around what we do here, go watch healingtheincurables.com. I'm David DeHaas from Living Waters with Maureen O'Toole, where miracles begin by healing from within. You can't treat the body and heal it a piece at a time. You have to treat the whole body naturally. That's why Living Waters Wellness Center 10-day healing retreat is so successful in helping what I call the incurables back to wellness. Here's what a few clients had to say about their experience at Living Waters Wellness Center.
For over a year, I've been dealing with gas pains, stomach pains, and been waking me up in the middle of the night, so I never get a full night's rest. And last night, after my first colonics, I slept through the entire night without any stomach pain or any kind of issues.
I suffered from migraine headaches for 12 years, once a month, and since I did the 10-day retreat at Living Waters Wellness Center 8 years ago, I have not even had a migraine. I've not even had a headache.
I had back pain on my left side for about 20, 25 years. After the 10-day healing retreat, the pain is completely gone.
To learn more about the 10-day healing retreat, go to healingtheincurables.com or call the office at 208-378-9911. That's 208-378-9911. The preceding examples may not be typical of your experience and may not be right for you. Seek the opinion of a qualified healthcare professional before determining if cleansing is right for you.
Besides your wife twisting your arm, why did you decide to do the healing retreat?
Well, I had some things that were happening on my own as far as like my health was changing. You know, I'm not 30 and 20 years old anymore, so things have just been slowly becoming different. And as far as bloating and not eliminating on a regular basis, which was weird for me, and weight gain was a really bad thing for me because I literally would go on a keto diet for a month or even longer, or intermittent fasting program,
right,
or a low protein program, and like nothing was changing whatsoever. And at times I would gain weight. So I was like, what's going on, And so then Jess told me about this program that you guys had. You told me about the program. And so I wanted to, I was like, well, I could probably use a good 10 days to clean myself out. And one of the things that I think I recognized was the fact of just the candida and yeast. I knew that I had a lot of that because I used to drink a lot of beer on the weekends. So I just figured that was one of my problems. And so I just gave it a shot,
In terms of results, basically on going in on things you wanted to see happen,
yeah,
and things that have now happened.
I think the biggest thing for me was two things. So emotional strength that I've gotten from this, which was something I didn't know that was a part of the program, because you're very secretive about it.
Yes, we are.
And it's like underground process.
He's only kidding.
Only kidding. And then I don't have that bloating anymore. So when Wendy told me to start eating soft foods to today, I'm down 13 pounds, which is awesome because there was no movement before, and I haven't done any colonics since for a week and a half now. So yeah. I've just been following the program that she talked about, which was my blood type. Eating soft foods still, haven't eaten any meat. And I'm a big guy, so I had to lift and all that stuff. I don't really care. I just want to be comfortable, right? So,
right.
So that is one of the things as far as the candida. I know that that's down. I don't feel that bloating anymore. I'm still taking the supplements for that. And then the other thing, just emotional, just getting your realizing that you have power to actually heal yourself, which I know that because I'm a natural practitioner. But then when you get in the middle of the problem and you're trying to solve it for yourself, it's totally difficult and more challenging to do that for yourself than whenever you have somebody helping you to coach you along the way,
Right.
And holding you accountable to follow through on the program. So I thought that was really great. But the emotional thing that I had was there literally is like a download of information every single day coming from our source or God or whoever that is for you. And the only challenge that we really have is that the environment that we're surrounded in,
right,
is what keeps us from hearing it. And that keeps us from actually processing and acting on that information that is only for our highest good. And we literally ignore it, unfortunately. And we hear all the fears and the anger and, all the scare things that are out there in the world around us. Even though I don't pay attention to that stuff, it's still out there. It's still around me. I'm still affected by it on a subconscious level.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's been a huge thing for me. as far as me taking that power back and just, okay, great, that's the environment, but this is what I want to listen to, and this is what I want to download. So, yeah.
Well, that's huge.
It's literally the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
And one of the things I think too was, Wendy wanted us to, punch, hit, scream, cry, whatever, and just kind of get that emotion out.
Right.
And I'm not a very violent individual. I'm not violent at all. I am very emotional. I'm a big teddy bear. I had a crazy crying moment during the whole program, and it was about that whole, that power that we actually, we're so powerful that we have no idea how powerful we are, right? And the biggest thing for me was learning that, but then that crying portion of it was just like, I can't believe I wasn't ever told that whenever I was younger. I was pissed about that. It's like, why didn't I learn that when I was a kid?
Yeah.
Why couldn't I use that information for my entire life to make who I wanted to be, right? Like, I didn't have that information. So that was a big moment for me. And I didn't hit anything or punch anything, maybe one time because she wanted me to. But that crying portion of it was just automatic. It was just like, I couldn't stop crying. My face was just like, I needed a mop, which is fine, which is okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, those are huge. And I think most of us, all of us, you mentioned the amount of data. I feel sorry for the children today because we all have these devices, and now everyone's glued to a screen, and there's so much information coming to you, we can't hear
Right.
what we're supposed to hear.
Right.
And like you mentioned, you're a doctor, but yet we all need a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan needed a coach for basketball. We all need coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So what I hear you saying is that it was really important for her to take a step back, take a pause, and
Have somebody direct me.
direct you. Yeah.
Who knew what they were doing. So putting us in your hands, or anybody out there who's thinking about that, you can definitely trust that. Everything's going to be fine.
We literally have a buffet table of information is what you're referring to.
Yeah.
That we're educating you, because most people come in not as educated as you are.
Right.
Being a doctor and everything, and you're, like you say, you're vast resources of knowing lots of people in the field. So we serve basically a buffet table. If you want to learn more about it, go to healingtheincurables.com. Great webinar. We'll go through everything we do there.
Mm-hmm.
But like you say, you just need sometimes direction and guidance. And I think, I don't know if you had put this, but I would have to go to 13 different people. I think it was this guy yesterday said, I would have to go to 13 different people.
It makes total sense, though.
And then would have had an hour here and drive there. And this, what's great about this is, as she explained, was that it's all in one spot.
Yeah.
So.
I remember you told me about that, and I totally, and after going through it, I totally agree. I would have to go to a personal development coach. I would have to go to a therapist. I would have to go to colon hydrotherapy. I'd have to go to a naturopath. Have to go to a chiropractor. I'd have to do different things. All these different practitioners that have to spend these, all this time at, all this money at,
Right.
in order to get to the result I got just from the 10 days. So I couldn't imagine if I had to do all those other practitioners in a month 2 months or 3 months.
Yeah, who knows how long it'll take, yeah.
It'd take forever, right? And plus it'd be stressful getting there. You drive in traffic and you got to tell your story again, and you're just like, oh my gosh. And so, but to be able to tell your story one time and then just be bam, here's your thing, then let's go do it. That was huge. So I definitely see how that person had said that. I mean, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
I also ate a lot of meat because I used to do bodybuilding shows.
Yeah.
So I was just used to eating vegetables and meat and occasional carbohydrate. And, I've always told my patients, and it's in the research and it's been studied, but inflammation is created by grains and, other toxic things in the food system. But then what Wendy told me was, oh, you're a type A. And I was like, I know, your blood type. And so, well, in the blood type diet, you shouldn't be eating any meat. I'm like, whatever,
That's right.
I even said that before. Whatever, in the past I heard about this. I was like, this is a fad. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And literally, I stopped eating meat, and I haven't ate meat. I just eat vegetable protein right now, like the pea protein and stuff.
Right.
And I actually feel so much better. And I look at my arms a lot now just because they used to be puffy. And the other night I was doing this to my head because I was tired.
Right.
And I was, and this is a good point for emotional things. But so I did this, and I went over there, and I felt the ridges of my skull where I hadn't been able to feel that in so long.
Wow.
Like I can feel my skull right here in my head.
Yeah.
Where it was so puffy before, and I didn't realize how puffy it was.
Yeah.
And even through here is better. But this, like, I could feel my eye, like the ridge of the eyebrow,
Right.
the orbital eminence there. I was like, wow, that's awesome. I just, like, oh, I can feel my skull. I was like, I just did that. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Because before it was more puffy like this down here.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's dang cool.
Yeah.
You got a lot of wins.
Big wins.
Yeah.
Still working.
Yeah.
It's always a work in progress.
That's true. So hey, if you want to learn more about the process that Jeremy went through, go to healingtheincurables.com. I'm David DeHaas at Living Waters, where miracles begin by healing from within.
You can't treat the body and heal it a piece at a time. You have to treat the whole body naturally. That's why Living Waters Wellness Center 10-day healing retreat is so successful in helping what I call the incurables back to wellness. Here's what a few clients had to say about their experience at Living Waters Wellness Center.
For over a year, I've been dealing with gas pains, stomach pains, and it's been waking me up in the middle of the night, so I never get a full night's rest. And last night, after my first colonics, I slept through the entire night without any stomach pain or any kind of issues.
I suffered from migraine headaches for 12 years, once a month, and since I did the 10-day retreat at Living Waters Wellness Center 8 years ago, I have not even had a migraine. I've not even had a headache.
I had back pain on my left side for about 25 years. After the 10-day healing retreat, the pain is completely gone.
To learn more about the 10-day healing retreat, go to healingtheincurables.com or call the office at 208-378-9911. That's 208-378-9911. The preceding examples may not be typical of your experience and may not be right for you. Seek the opinion of a qualified healthcare professional before determining if cleansing is right for you.
Hello, my name is Christina. I was introduced to Living Waters through some friends who actually live here in Boise. I did a trial run for 3 days and was so impressed with the facility and all the auxiliary components that they provide that I brought my mother and my brother. Wanted to close a chapter on the last 10 years of my life and really work on the foundation of a new chapter. We came, it was an incredible journey. There was a major transformation in each one of us. The staff is just impeccable. They truly embody abundance, and it was just so palpable in everything that they did. Through the colonics, through tapping, through the T-zone machine, through the biomat, through the raindrop therapy we did. We really experienced the wide range of doing a 10-day cleanse, and they had it all right here. I truly recommend everybody to do this in their lifetime and to make it a foundation for your wellness program going forward. This has just been a tremendous experience. And I know moving forward that this is definitely changed my life and the lives of people around me. And I will be telling everybody I know about this opportunity. We are a beacon of light, and those that come to us that are searching for this, we will have the resources to help them. I was really looking to release some emotions that I know for the last 10 years that have kind of stored up in my body, and just overall, like I felt like there was blocks in my body, and so I was looking to feel better. I was looking to release some weight, and just start a new foundation of wellness in my life. After doing the cleanse for 10 days, I woke up on the 11th day and realized my body was just calling for another colonic. So I popped in on the 11th day, and I the transformation from just adding that one more day was just incredible. I feel light, I feel joyous, I feel abundant. It's a freedom, like internally, that I haven't experienced in a very, very long time. I noticed emotionally just a lifting of my spirit. I just received so many messages from the Holy Spirit through this 11-day process that I have just them all written down. The Holy Spirit was just really speaking to me, and I just feel that connection that to really listen to these messages coming to me, and physically I just feel like an open vessel, just ready to embrace life. Listen, if you're sitting on the fence about this, I want you to take the first step forward and then jump in with 2 feet, because it's 10 days of your life. And on the other side, you will experience something that you've never experienced before. Oh gosh, there's so many tools and modalities that they teach you that are so important. And for physical wise, I really liked the T-zone. After 10 days, I could feel the muscles in my stomach really tighten, and so it's just a great machine. And the biomat is just so restful and rejuvenating. For the me work, I really feel just going outside and grounding your feet to the earth and in the sun, and tapping. It's so easy. You're tapping on yourself. You're doing 2 or 3 rounds, and instead of these vibrations that you're sending out into the universe, you're actually telling, you're mostly made up of water, so it's a ripple effect. Instead of you unconsciously sending messages out into the lake, you're tapping these messages back into yourself. And I think it's one of the easiest, quickest ways to change your thoughts, and actually put that frequency back into your body. Yes, you can do affirmations, but why not do affirmations while you're tapping and tap those back into your body?
I'm David DeHaas, Living Waters.
I'm Corinne Jones, and I'm here to share a story about my mother-in-law, Patty, who was able to quit smoking after a 10-day cleanse. She tried a few different things like positive changes and hypnotherapy, and she even tried smoking different cigarettes like Virginia Slims and America Spirits, but she was never able to quit until she came and did her 10-day cleanse of Living Water. She smoked free for years, and she still comes back for cleanses to get more benefits than she did the first time.
And how long has it been since she was able to stop smoking?
Well, she had smoked for 20 years, and I think she did her 10-day cleanse a couple of years ago and has been smoke-free. It was a struggle for a lot of years, but she's finally got it.
My name's Rebecca, and I'm on day 5 of the 10-day cleanse. When I started 2 days prior to starting the 10-day, I was diagnosed with Bell's palsy. When I smiled, my mother-in-law thought I had a stroke, and I feel like I'm 95% healed. It's amazing. I'll show you my smile. In fact, Wendy says she can't even tell that I had it.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
But, when I came in here on Monday, I was kind of smiling like this. This eyebrow was lower than this. I had pain here, just muscle pain. That's gone. I even have like some tight little nodules. I had shingles prior to the Bell's palsy 3 weeks before, and it's related. It's the same virus, and so very painful. Like cysts. They're crazy painful. But anyway, they have disappeared. The pain is gone.
Show me that side of the face, because I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had, and they're dissipating the.
Oh, big time.
Yep. But the pain is gone. And I mean, I can smile. I feel like I'm getting control of, my muscles again, and I'm thrilled.
And I signed up to do a 3-day cleanse. I'm going to sign up to do the 10-day because that's absolutely awesome, but that's not why I'm on video today. What I'm here to talk to you today about is my hip. In 1996, I was lifting weights. I was pressing about 300 pounds with my legs. And when I got up, I couldn't walk. I had such excruciating pain in my hip joint, my right hip. And I went to doctors. I had 3 MRIs done with orthograms, the x-rays. I went to several chiropractors only because I really believe what they do and still do. I went to physical therapy for 2 years straight and intermittent physical therapy since then. I mean, this is 2011, so it's been 15 years that I've been living with this pain. What it doesn't allow me to do is walk long distances, and by long distances I mean a block. I can walk about a block without pain, and then I get a stabbing, shooting pain going up into my right hip. It feels like someone has stuck a knife up in there and is wiggling it. I mean, it's sharp pain. I don't know how else to describe it but that. And so, as you can imagine, through the years I've tried numerous ways of healing it. I mentioned chiropractors. I saw a medicine woman. I've done really different alternative types of healing. Acupuncture took the pain away temporarily, but none of it, I did massage therapy, none of it was a permanent fix. And so I came to Living Water, as I was telling you, and I was exposed to a machine called T-Zone. I was invited to listen to Dr. Gaitner when he did his presentation, and I came for about an hour and listened to that. He put me on the T-Zone and had me do a couple of different movements on it. I was on it for 3 minutes, and when I got off, at that time, I wasn't feeling pain, but I didn't feel pain until I walked. And that night I thought, I'm going to test this. And I went out and walked the city blocks and trying to make the pain come, and it wasn't coming. So, I'm a skeptic. I'm not believing it really until I see it long term. But I also had a little bit of hope. It planted a seed of hope in me. I was getting ready to go on vacation for a week, and I knew that we were going to try to do some walking, and I hadn't been able to hike in years. So I wanted to try to do a little bit of hiking as well. So I came here to Living Water, and David and Wendy very graciously allowed me to get on the T-Zone every day for 10 minutes. I did that for a week before going on vacation. Went on vacation, I hiked. I was walking without pain. It was the most amazing experience, and I firmly believe that I am in divine grace right now. I just feel like I'm being healed. I'm so excited to be able to walk without pain. It's I don't know what else to say, honestly, David. So I'm encouraged. I think that this is the way that I can heal my body without having to pay an exorbitant amount of money to continually see chiropractors and physical therapists. And the orthopods, God bless them for what they do. They have a place in healing, but they want to cut, and I really don't want to be cut upon. So I'm living proof. And if it was me watching the video, I'd probably be saying, just like I did when Ian was here, Dr. Gaitner, when he had people there and people were giving testimonials, and I'm sitting there thinking, they're planted. They're paying these people to come say these things. They're not paying me anything to say these things. I'm doing this because I know that it truly healed me, or is in the process of healing. I can't say long term. I've only been doing it for a few weeks. But I haven't had pain in those 2 weeks, and that is just phenomenal.
Hey everyone, Dave DeHaas, Living Waters. Today my guest is Paula Heath. Paula and I have known each other quite some time, but a few weeks ago she was really, really sick. And I says, Paula, you got to come in here and do some colonics. And so why don't you tell us about your experience? What did you have going on in your body at that time, and how you felt?
I felt really crummy, to put it bluntly. I had hepatitis C last year. Underwent 8-week, 10-week session with medication, and after that was over, I developed pneumonia and was in the hospital for 7 days. So had a lot of medication in my system, and I think the residual from that was what was making me ill, some stomach problems. So I knew that David could help me because he helped me before, and so when he said come in, I did. You have to listen to him because he really knows what he's talking about. I felt marvelous afterwards.
So, yes, let's talk about, you did your first session. How'd you feel after that?
It was amazing. I was so surprised that even after your first session, I felt light. I had felt some brain fog, I guess you would call it, and that was all gone. I was walking on air that day.
Yeah. And your joints? The joints feel better as well?
Yes, my joints feel great. I don't have the inflammation that I had. I have back problems, but that's been an ongoing thing, but it's much, much better.
So we actually we suggested you do 10 sessions.
Exactly.
So she did 10 sessions, 10 colonic sessions, and quite a difference. We noticed in you, just the color of your face changing every day.
That was so amazing to me because, you look at yourself and you see the same thing. It's like when you lose weight, you look at yourself and you still see yourself as fat. So I would still see myself as myself.
Yeah.
But everybody, not just here at the office, but everybody kept saying, what have you done? And so, of course, I had to share that with everybody.
Yeah, so it was quite an amazing transformation, which is pretty typical for us to watch down here, but I wanted to have you share your story. So I think the takeaway from all of this is you just don't want to do one. You want to...
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
One gets you feeling better, but it doesn't get you really to where you need to be. You need to do it at least for 10 sessions and get it done, get rid of it all. And then you have to follow up and take care of yourself. You can't just do it and then go back to the way you were. They really teach you some great keys to keeping your body that way.
The experience I've had has been just amazing, both physically and spiritually. And people are just coming up to me from out of the blue, people I don't even know, because they can tell the vibrational change in me. They just want to touch me. And I've actually lost a total of 13 pounds, which I'm ecstatic about. I've gone down a pant size. My pants are baggy now, and I just feel really good. My skin is glowing, and I just can't recommend it enough. And so if you're debating whether you should do it or not, I would say personally do it, because you wouldn't believe the stuff that comes out of you. Actually, you're thinking, oh, that can't come out of me, but it does, and it's in there. So don't fool yourself if you think that it's not in you. So anyway, again, yes, my stomach has gone down tremendously, and I don't have the bloating anymore, and my eyesight actually has improved, which was amazing. I don't have to wear my glasses at night anymore, and I can think a lot clearer now, and I think my hair is even actually more shiny. So just a lot of different things are happening here.
Yeah.
There's a part in the cleanse where she takes you back on a journey, and you kind of remember your childhood, and I figured some things out that I was kind of stuck with about things that happened in my childhood, and I kind of got that out and resolved some blockages that I was having. So I'm really grateful for that.
You've been listening to many of our clients who have went through the 10-day cleanse. So you may be wondering, what does a 10-day cleanse entail? Or you might be wondering if a 10-day cleanse is right for you. Well, I would ask you to go to livingwaterscleanse.com. Click on the link for Natural Laws of Healing webinar. Watch it. We give you the laws to healing naturally. If any of that resonates with you, call the office at 208-378-9911. Again, 378-9911 to schedule a free consultation and take a tour. In the meantime, watch that webinar and then decide if you're ready to get your healing miracle. Again, call the office at 378-9911. I'm David DeHaas from Living Waters Wellness Center, where miracles begin by healing from within.